Thank you for joining us for today's edition of Devotions with Brother Aaron. I'm so glad you're here with us. Today's devotion is entitled, A Few Lessons from a Motorcycle Trip. It may surprise some of you to learn that my wife and I ride a motorcycle. Well, that is, we used to. Done got so old now, I'm kind of afraid to. But years ago, when I bought it, people would come up to me in disbelief and ask me why in the world I would buy a motorcycle. I gave them three answers. Number one, I rode one when I was a young man and really enjoyed it. Number two, our children are all grown, so if we get killed, they can take care of themselves. Number three, I can afford it. That third one usually ended the conversation. One weekend, Marianne and I took a trip with two of the deacons and their wives from Mount Pleasant Baptist Church up in Franklin, Georgia. We left Franklin Friday afternoon around 2:30 p.m. and rode to Hiawassee, Georgia. We stayed overnight in a cabin that belonged to one of their friends. We got up Saturday morning and came home. Now, I'm sure some of you are wondering what the purpose of the trip was. The answer is quite simple. The purpose was to ride to Hiawassee, Georgia, spend the night, and come home the next day. That's it, period. Sometimes you just do stuff because that's what you want to do. Nothing spiritual to it. You just want to do it. This reminds me of a scene from the TV miniseries Lonesome Dove. Captain Augustus McCrae and P.I. Parker were sitting on their horses on the knoll of a hill, eyeing a herd of buffalo below. The conversation between the two of them went like this. Gus stated, "Pretty, ain't they?" P.I., "I reckon." Gus, "Let's chase 'em. You want to?" P.I., "Shoot us one for supper?" Gus, "No, I mean chase 'em just for the sport of it." P.I., "To run them off?" Gus, "You don't get the point, do you, P? I mean chase 'em because before long there won't be any buffalo left to chase." P.I., "Them bulls will hook you. You remember old man Barlow? A buffalo hooked him bad." Gus, "Old man Barlow was a slow thinker, kinda like somebody else I could name." P.I., "Well, he was a slow walker, too, after that buffalo got through with him. Wonder what happened to him." Gus, "He married a fat widow over in the Blanco River and had a passel of kids. Now, you might as well have done the same thing yourself since you don't want to chase buffalo." P.I., "Well, I don't believe I'd want to chase buffalo even if I was married." Gus, "Forget I even mentioned it, P." P.I., "Well, I like being a bachelor, Gus." Gus, "That's good, P. I'm sure it's all part of God's plan that you are one." Unaware that there was a tribe of Indians below out hunting the same buffalo, Gus whistles, spurs his horse, and chases the buffalo. It didn't end well for him. But anyway, back to the motorcycle part of the story. As we were riding home that Saturday, I began to think about some lessons we Christians could learn from taking a motorcycle ride. In fact, I wrote this devotion in my head while riding home. Hey, don't laugh. These devotions have come to me in stranger ways. The first thing I thought was, when you ride on a motorcycle ride, where you're going isn't nearly as important as who you're going with. The trick, so to speak, is to learn to enjoy the trip and the people you're with. Wouldn't it be great if we could truly grasp this truth? As a Christian, I am on the trip of my life, and I'm going somewhere. But because Jesus is with me, where I'm going isn't nearly as important as the fact that He's with me. He leads me. He guides me. He will never forsake me. Therefore, I need to learn to enjoy Him and to enjoy the trip. Ooh, that hurt, didn't it? Secondly, I thought any destination is a good place to go as long as you're riding. Christian friend, any destination is a good place to go as long as you're in the will of the Lord. Finally, I began to think about the universal greeting motorcycle riders share when they meet from opposite directions. Both drivers, while keeping their right hand on the throttle and handlebars, will lower their left hand to a position about parallel with their left knee. They will then open their left hand, palm down, perhaps pointing slightly toward the other driver, and give a slight wave. The other driver reciprocates. This simple gesture is a universal acknowledgement that the two drivers share a mutual respect, their love of riding. At that moment, neither rider knows the other's gender, race, religion, political views, marital status, occupation, what kind of bike the other is riding, or anything else. All they know is that they both share a love for one thing, riding. How wonderful this world would be if we, God's children, would come to this point in our Christian journey. What if we all learned to focus on what unites us instead of what divides us? What if we learned that everybody we meet is on their own journey, and in reality, their gender, race, political views, marital status, occupation, or what brand of bike they are riding really makes no difference. What matters is that they love the same person we do, Jesus. And while their ride may be different from ours, they are taking the same journey as we are. Cannot we and should not we acknowledge this about each other? What a wonderful world this world would be if we could only learn to do this. Hey, this is just a few lessons from a motorcycle trip and chasing some buffalo. Lord, please remind us that as we are, everybody we meet in life is taking a journey somewhere. And where it is doesn't matter as long as you are taking the journey with us. Teach us, Lord, to be respectful to those we meet on the way. We don't know their journey. We just know that they're on the ride of their life. And Lord, I ask this in your name. Amen and amen.